Hello, State Senator J.D. Mesnard here with another legislative update. So last week was a super busy week of the legislature. It was the deadline for the Senate to consider bills in Senate committees, and the House has a similar arrangement. And so that means that if you want your bill to move on in the process, you've got to have a bill scheduled for committee by last week. Otherwise, it's dead. So the agendas were packed to the brim, full of bills trying to get on these agendas. And it was some long evenings. But eventually, now in the process, we are seeing bills, now that they've passed committee, make it to the floor. And there were a couple of bills of mine that were more hotly contested issues that made it to the Senate floor this week. One of them was a Senate concurrent resolution that will go before the voters in November of 2024. And it would propose that we tweak the initiative process in Arizona. The initiative process is a way that anyone who has an idea for a law in the general public can go out and get enough signatures to have their idea go before the voters. And they have to get a certain number of signatures in that process. What we would propose in this resolution is that those signatures have to be from across the state. So some signatures from all of the legislative districts in the state, rather than having them concentrated in Maricopa County, so that we can ensure greater diversity and a broader demonstration of support in the general public. The second issue that we voted on last week was on critical race theory. And that's this idea that we're seeing start to show up in some assignments in the classroom, unfortunately in our schools, which teaches that people can be categorized based on the color of their skin. So they're either oppressor or oppressed. They are privileged or marginalized solely because of their ethnic or racial background. And that's not what we should be teaching in our schools. So we did debate both of those measures. Both of them did pass out of the Senate and will go to the House. And the last update for you is regarding the budget. You may have mentioned before that the Senate had passed a budget and that the House had voted down that budget when one Republican voted with the Democrats against it. Well, that Republican had a change of heart, and so with her support, they were able to pass that budget and get it to Governor Hobbs's desk. Unfortunately, and this is the update, the governor did veto that budget, sending us back to square one. So that was an unfortunate development, but we'll continue working on it, because if we don't have a budget by July 1st, when the new fiscal year begins, you do have a state government shutdown, which we want to avoid. So that's all for this week. God bless.